Hey friends, welcome back to Sips and Stories. I'm JJ, and tonight I want to pour something a little stronger than tea. Truth. This episode is personal. It is deeply personal. It's about the story that started it all. With wine comes wisdom. Not the version you read on the page, but the version that was born out of pain, out of dreams, and out of a part of me I wasn't sure I'd ever fully share. You see, I didn't plan to write this book. I didn't plan to become an author. This story found me, and then it refused to let go. In 2012, I lost a baby. Her name was going to be Alexandra Marie. I never got to hold her, but that name never left me. It lived in my heart. And when I sat down to write my first novel years later, the heroine's name, Alex, wasn't just a character choice. She was a piece of me. In fact, she was the feminine part of me. The fierce, guarded, passionate, messy part that I didn't always understand and hadn't yet made peace with. Roman, he's the protector. He's the masculine side of me, as we all have both of those sides. The part that tries to stay one step ahead. The one who analyzes, shields, stays composed, even when the storm is coming. The phobias they both carry, the habits, the odd little idiosyncrasies, those are mine too. Some of them are lighthearted, even funny. Some are dark. Some are downright dangerous, like the way I used to walk through a city alone at night without the kind of fear most people naturally have. I didn't see danger. I didn't feel it. And that disconnection, that became part of both Alex and Roman's wiring too. And it was also in 2012, right after that loss, that the dreams started. Not just ordinary dreams, but vivid, detailed ones. I dreamed of professions, real estate, bartending, financial planning, things I would later do in real life. At first, I thought it was just my subconscious trying to process grief. But over time, the dreams shifted. They weren't about me anymore. They were about people, characters. Their stories became more real than mine. I used to go to sleep just to see what they were up to. Then one day it all spilled out, like lightning, like an epiphany. The story was just there, waiting for me. I wrote the first draft of With Wine Comes Wisdom in 3 weeks. It is a 600-page book. I became obsessed. I was writing at work, scribbling on the back of receipts, staying up until 2 a.m., then waking up at 6 to write more. Couldn't stop, and I didn't want to. It felt like the first time in my life something truly made sense. Now, finishing the series, well, that took just a little longer. 2 more years, actually, because publishing the first book, that came with some massive detours, some heartbreak, some incredibly bad decisions. But that's a story for another episode. What I want to say is this. Writing With Wine Comes Wisdom changed me. It wasn't just about romance. It wasn't about swoony scenes and spicy characters, though I love all those too. It was healing. It helped me let go of anger I didn't even know I was carrying. It helped me unpack trauma I hadn't faced. It taught me how to love unconditionally. Not just my kids, not just my family, but myself and others. The way God actually meant it when he said, love your neighbor as yourself. It taught me how to forgive and not just to say it, but live it. Taught me to forgive people who didn't ask for it. Taught me to forgive myself and to let go of burdens I'd carried for decades. And now I want to tell you something about Alex. She's not the easiest person to love. She pushes people away. She self-sabotages. She's emotional, intense, guarded. She messes up. And that's on purpose, because so did I. I was her. But if you were to meet me now, if you knew me back then and met me today, you might not even recognize me. Because Alex's transformation, it comes in the third book. And so did mine. It wasn't until I finished with Wine Comes Wellness, maybe even after it was published, that I realized what this series actually was. It wasn't just a romance story. It wasn't just entertainment. It was real trauma turned into fiction. And that fiction, it saved me. So if you've ever wondered why With Wine Comes Wisdom hits so hard, why it feels intense or messy or even frustrating, that's why. It wasn't designed to be a fairy tale. It was designed to be honest, raw, and real. And Alex's journey isn't done. In With Wine Comes War, the weight she carries finally breaks her. But that's a story for a couple more weeks. Tonight, I just want to thank you for being here, for listening, for holding space for stories that come from a deeper place. This has been Sips and Stories. I'm JJ. Until next Sunday, keep sipping, keep dreaming, and keep believing in the magic your story might hold. Good night.